guys, morning, what's going on? Hope everybody doing good as we approach the ending of another month. Hope all has been going well so far. Hope everybody able to pivot and pivot properly, and financially and every other alley. Hope things are going great. Now, an incident on Twitter yesterday prompted this video. I think it's something that has been coming for a while, but yesterday kind of showed, or kind of brought forward the making of the video by a couple of weeks, I think, or I don't know. But yeah, here's the thing. With the times that we're living in now, having a unified voice is definitely one of the greatest elements that we have to help society in general to cope and adapt to the things that happen, things that affect us in one way or another. So I'm all for a unified voice. I'm all for us being able to collectively, say how we feel about certain topics, and it's really great. But the flip side to it is, with great power comes great responsibility, and I don't think we are utilizing the power that we have properly. Here's why. And this is particularly aimed at cancel culture. People from all over the world, all walks of life, are now able to come together at a central point, and basically push back against whatever usually oppresses the masses, and we can actually initiate conversations for change. And as we know, unity is strength. But with cancel culture, I realize that it's disorganized, in the sense that we are basically willing to cancel everything, anything, and everybody. And the issue with that is, sometimes you're canceling people simply because their opinion differs from that of the popular narrative at the time, which really and truly shouldn't be the case. I mean, people are allowed to have their own opinions on things. People are allowed to have a different point of view from the masses. And as long as these point of views are shared in a respectful manner mostly, because sometimes really and truly how it is shared shouldn't even matter, because all it boils down to is people being so deep in their feelings and take everything personal. A lot of times it's not personal, but people just voice them concerns differently. Some are more subtle, some are more aggressive with it, but at the end of the day, it's an opinion. And one of the things they can't do is try to silence people from having an opinion. We shouldn't do is silence people from having an opinion, because at the end of the day, different opinions can actually create avenue for the same changes that we want, and more thought can be put into the changes that we're lobbying for and how it comes about. So cancelling people because they have a different opinion from yours is really wrong. It should be a no-no. It should be a no-no. And one of the topics that you see this stemming from is the whole abortion movement. Now, quite frankly, we grew up in a culture that frowns upon certain things, and you can't expect the mindset of people to change overnight. So the conversations, as I said before, is really the catalyst to enact that change. So when people state their opinions. It's simply one, how they strongly feel about it, or two, the fact that this has been drilled in their minds over and over and over and over for so long, it becomes second nature to oppose to it. It doesn't mean that their mind can't change, it doesn't mean that their perspective can't change, it just means that dialogue needs to happen for that change to even be realized. So when you're going to say, oh, this don't concern men and men shouldn't have an opinion and all of that jazz, I mean, you're really and truly shooting yourself in the foot for the dialogue that should be happening. Because one, without men, or the input of men, there can't be a pregnancy. So therefore there will be no need for an abortion. So that in itself alone is reason enough for men to be part of the conversation. Now, ultimately, the decision lies with the woman. Won't take that away, and won't try to take that away, and we shouldn't try to take that away, right? But to be saying flat out that men are not supposed to be part of this conversation is totally ridiculous and really doesn't make any sense. So let us try to be more mindful of what we're saying. Let us be more mindful of how we push the agenda, because really and truly it is an agenda. And let us just be mindful that everybody needs to have a say, or can have a say, not needs to, but can have a say and can have an opinion on whichever matter that might arise. As I said, everybody should know my stance already, and I mean I said it earlier on. Ultimately, the decision is supposed to be for the woman to make, because her body will go through all of the changes, really and truly. I mean, having gone through the whole pregnancy with my girlfriend, I realized like the dangers of having a child, you know, all of the things, the changes with the body go through. So I have a different understanding of the whole push for abortion to be legalized, and I am with it. I am with it. I just don't think saying men should not have an opinion should even be a conversation starter, ender, mid-sentence, enough in there none at all. Men should have a say. Men should have an opinion rather. End of the day, however, the decision as to if this abortion should happen, who makes the final call, has to be with the woman, because she is the one that will be feeling every inch of it, every ounce of it, and I'm gonna have a problem with that. But just stop this nonsense about men should not have an opinion on it, because you can't get pregnant without a man or the input of a man. You need the sperm to get pregnant. You need it. Therefore, men are involved in the process. Therefore, men should be involved in the dialogue. That is it. So, back to the real the real gist of the conversation. Cancel culture. Cancel people who are oppressing the masses. Don't cancel somebody who is from literally your level. People who can't make the decisions as to, you know, who signs on a dotted line. And also, when we decide to cancel people, let it be a case where we factor everything in. For instance, if you know somebody, let's say an influencer, and you know this person because he is a comedian, yeah? If he takes a comedic approach to having the dialogue, I mean, that's how he expresses himself, through comedy. It's not necessarily that he's mocking anybody, but his thing is, if I'm expressing, how I express myself best is through, you know, making it light-hearted. So you can't be saying, oh, he's cancelled simply because one, he has an opinion, and two, because he decided to put a comedic spin on it in how he delivers his message. He is literally known to be a comedian. His personality would tell you that if he's going to express something, 10 chances to 1, 9 times out of 10, it is going to be through some form of comedy. What's with the cancelling? What's with the hate? If you have a problem with how he expresses it, then fine. I mean, everybody is a click away, one message away. Just tap the message icon and say, yo fam, you know, really and truly is a touchy subject, and you should know better. We understand, say your thing is here. However, the movement right now really don't call for it to be a laughing matter. So let's fix that thing there. But everybody's thing is we are cancel you, and it's the attack. You can't attack everybody, because at the end of the day, when you don't attack, there's still no change. Because guess what? The anger is misdirected. It's misdirected. This man can get the change we want, directed towards the people who vote into parliament, the people who represent on a constituency, the people who represent, or quote unquote should be representing the people, the masses. That's what MPs are for. That's what the government is for. So unifying a voice and direct it towards the people who can affect the change that they want. This thing you wanna cancel every little man and every little body over there. So in sometime that them prime, when them try to make a food, make a money, I try to feed them family, I try to feed themselves. When you cancel them now, what happened? Them can't eat simply because they had an opinion that was different from that of the masses. We need to think. We need to think. This cancer thing, we need to cut it. Well, not cut it, but stop misdirecting where it should be aimed. Go to the source of the problem. Don't go to the one person who made a light moment of it, or the one person who decided that, hey, my opinion different from Funo one, and because now the masses now say, oh, you not siding with us, you not agreeing with us, that means you're against us. No, that's not what it means. It simply means at this point in time, my opinion is here. It can change, yes, it can change, but at this point, this is where my opinion is. Allow people to have their own opinion. And women, particularly women, I don't understand how when you pick up this cancer thing, and this thing say people or men shouldn't have an opinion on something, when you guys are literally fighting to have a voice, literally fighting to not have your voices suppressed anymore. And then you flip the coin and say, oh, you want equality. Or how is it equality when the thing that you are fighting for yourself, you're trying to take away from somebody else? How that makes sense? Think. You can't just make your emotions guide every fight and every decision that you're supposed to make. You have to add some logic to it. You have to add some logic to it. Yeah, me know I want to change. Yeah, me know I want it to be legal. But guess what? End of the day, I still have to put the thought into what I say and what I put out there. And a lot of things I've been seeing on social media, really and truly, we need to take a step back, analyze it, and see if one of it really makes sense some of the times then. The movement is a good movement. Both abortion and cancel culture, they're both good. They're not being utilized properly because everything just coming off as angry. And mind you, we didn't have the right to be angry at some point, but you can't be angry every single time. Can't be angry every single time. So just meds the thing. And stop canceling the little man them where try make it in a life just like the masses. Because when the masses start turning against the masses, it's chaos. It's basically a fight against yourself. So fix that. And make we fix things. Bless.